what was your early reaction when you got that call from Charan, who was very eager to have you on board for this project?
Charan told me he looking 10 years younger. Then as the movie got over, they were telling me he looks 20 years younger. I got it.
Film is a remake of Katti, right? And I believe this is the second remake that you've done in your entire...
And in fact, I'm not keen about doing remakes. Since this was Boss 150th film,
Right.
and we wanted to work with him. He's a very intelligent actor.
Intelligent.
Very intelligent
Can
actor.
you define that? Like,
But he understands that one more is not for me, it's for making him look good. He will stand there.
Okay.
That is Chiranjeevi sir.
gonna talk about that song, Amudu,
Yeah.
Let's Do Come.
Unbelievable. He dances, he can challenge any 20, 30-year-old kid. Chiranjeevi, hats off to Chiranjeevi sir.
What's your favorite scene or shot in the film, and can you break it down for us? Like, how did you conceive that?
No time. You hit it on leg side.
Right.
Your goal is to get a sixer. That's what I did.
So, what is the perfect angle for Chiranjeevi garu?
See, this cannot be explained when you put it. This camera is here.
Hello iDream viewers, this is Hemant and I'm coming back once again for a very special guest here. We have Rathnavelu garu with us today, and he's a cinematographer of a lot of films, and right now he's basking in the glory of Khaidi No. 150's success. So we're going to talk to him a lot more about the making of the film, working with Chiranjeevi garu and a lot of other stuff. So let's see what he has to say about the film. Randy sir, it's been a year-long journey for you. After Kumari 21, I've been pretty much preoccupied with this film. So let's go back in time and see what was your early reaction when you got that call from Charan, who was very eager to have you on board for this project?
It was basically a pleasure and honor because it's Chiranjeevi garu's 150th film,
Right.
and he's doing a movie after 9-10 years.
True.
So which is really special for everybody in Andhra Pradesh and worldwide also. So I thought generally first when they told me Katti, I wasn't excited. Then when they told me Chiranjeevi garu was doing, then there the excitement happened. Charan told me one thing, sir, I know you're a good cameraman, but this movie I need dad to look really stunning and young, he told.
Okay.
Don't worry, he'll take care, I told. I did a makeup test for this movie. Everybody saw that and they got kicked, and Charan told me he looking 10 years younger.
Right.
Then as the movie got over, they were telling me he looks 20 years younger. I got really happy, and his fans were really happy all over. When we were traveling, felt really happy.
Right, right. We worked with superstar like Rajnikant in the past with Indiran, and in Telugu you're working with Megastar now, right? So does your approach change when you work with such superstars? No?
Yeah, see, when you're approaching a movie with a normal star, then your content becomes your main thing. Visual, I'm talking about visual.
Yeah.
So you get into that, and then your focus doesn't go too much into actors, just glorifying actors. But when you are working with superstar like Rajini sir or Megastar Chiranjeevi sir, the audience are coming to watch him
Yeah.
more than other thing.
Right.
So we need to take some special care in terms of lighting, composition, camera angle, all those things.
Can you go in little in detail about that? What exactly did you have to do to glorify?
Basically, we had a very good template. Katti is a very interesting movie. It's a correct film for platform for Chiranjeevi sir's comeback also.
Okay.
It's got some social message and it's a nice content. So then that was one point. Generally in my movies, the mood will always be there. But when you're working with Megastar, when you're working, I had to give special care on his face, lighting up his face, molding the lighting, and then choosing the right angle. See, it's basically 1 inch or 2 inch higher or 2 inch lower profile, or those things are very crucial. Those decisions I took, and moreover, when you're working with the superstar, you automatically, I generally what I do is I do a hardcore realistic movie at the same time hardcore commercial also. I'm a mixture of both, you know very well. So even in the opening of the movie, Mr. San, I suggested let us do a extreme high speed for Chiranjeevi's appearance. The leg comes and hits the ground, the dust starts flying. That's where his fans will get goosebumps. That you need to give.
Yeah.
So those things we're keeping in mind and shooting.
Right.
And it was really a pleasure to work with him. He's like very friendly, very humble, I think he's an epitome of simplicity, I feel. He made you very comfortable.
Right.
When you're putting an effort for a hero, you like the care which you take, he reciprocates. He says, I'll stand here, Andy. You finish and tell, sir, no, sir, I mean, no, it's okay, I'll stand here, you do your work and then tell me. Even night 2 o'clock when we were shooting, I used to even small stray light falling on him also, I used to cut that and take a little more care on him. He was observing everything. After 3 months, he's telling me, Randy, that day you did this.
Right.
So that's a nice feeling, and moreover, he gave me a biggest compliment.
What did
He
he
told,
say?
Randy, you are a magician. I felt really happy. He made my day.
Now, this is a film. This film is a remake of Katti, right? And I believe this is the second remake that you have done in your entire career, right? After Perelegan, I believe, right? So, when it comes to writers, right? So there is everybody is keen to know what changes they've made in the remake. So they're under a lot more scrutiny. But when it comes to cinematographer's work, how do you think people judge your work? Like, are they comparing two visuals side by side? And how does that work for you? Are you also getting conscious about the color palette, the color schemes, or what sort of frame?
No, remake is really a difficult process. Reason is they immediately compare with the original one. And in fact, I'm not keen about doing remakes. Since this was Boss 150th film, and we wanted to work with him, that's the reason I did this movie. But I never took inspiration from the original version. Though the script was inspiring and driving, I never took cues from cinematography.
Okay.
Situations and feel was good, same thing, but I was trying to give in my approach only, creating that mood. Even if you see, they had a nice concept for the coin fight. My scheme was different from the other DOP.
Okay.
I wouldn't say I did a great job, but it differs. Even the lighting approach, village portion I shot with a CinemaScope anamorphic, and the rest of the portion Super 35, because I wanted to give that more that wider feel, little more sharpness in the village.
Okay.
And my toning for the period, I mean sorry, not for the period, for the flashback, village was different from the Tamil one.
Right.
So I tried to avoid certain things, don'ts.
Okay.
So I was able to achieve it. And the difficult phase is they're saying, you made Chiranjeevi look younger and all those things. Of course, he looks really smart and I made him a little more smart, that is fine. But then the difficulty, I'll tell you, the village portion has got too many crowd, and it's basically people don't have, I mean, there's no water, dryness is there.
Yeah.
Despite the dryness, I was trying making him look nice. In that sorrow itself, he was looking good. And when you come to the old age home, where the maximum film happens, that is also a darker place with more of these men.
Right.
In that area also I was trying to show him in a good light and making him look. That was a challenge posed. And moreover, 70% of the movie is night effect.
Yeah, true.
Even in the darkness also, I had to make him look good.
Okay.
But I wouldn't take the credit completely. It's a teamwork. Right. And Chiranjeevi looked awesome. Right. His cooperation was immense and unbelievable.
Right, right. Now, talking about lighting also, and even the color schemes for these two different characters. For Khaidi No, I believe it's more of tungsten effect.
Yeah, more tungsten.
And for the other one, it was more of blues and grays.
Cyan color, bluish green.
So, what is the philosophy with these color schemes that you have used? What was that element that you wanted to bring out with these characters and colors?
Khaidi No is more dynamic and taking the challenge completely. The other guy is Shankar is more cool, and he's got pain, he wants to fight, but he doesn't have the power, and this guy has got power, anger, right. And he doesn't bother about anyway. That's why I was trying to give a little more warm and golden yellow tone for even in the fight sequence, you get given more extra golden yellow for Chiranjeevi. Right. To elevate this, and moreover he's got that superstar megastar image, no? Right. I wanted to bring that, because I generally, when I shoot a big hero, try to glorify, make it larger than life. Right, right. With Chiranjeevi sir, it works, making him larger than life. Even 100 people comes, when he hits, people believe that kind of. And once he is into the frame, he is indomitable. I mean, his grit, his looks, carries. He's a very intelligent actor.
Intelligent.
Very intelligent.
Can
actor.
you define that? Like, what do you mean by intelligent actor?
He knows exactly. When you look at it, when a disinterest something, he'll just put his correct angle, whichever you want, he'll show. Okay. Which most of the actors don't know. Right. They come to say they have beautiful lighting, they say no. He knows which light to take. If the light is coming from top, it's going to cast a shadow on him. He just puts it up. When the light comes from side, he turns this way. All those things is unbelievable. Double action, executing it. That memory of both character dialogue and timing. He would have delivered this guy's dialogue at 3.7 seconds. The next character. His timings are unbelievable. That's what I got little wow. And when you think you need to give extra care for the slide, when I start lighting it up, some heroes, I'll say one more. But he understands that one more is not for me, it's for making him look good. He will stand there. That is Chiranjeevi sir.
Right, right.
Even in some interesting, I generally I give more freedom to the actors. Don't generally you have to act within this space. I generally never restrict all my movies. This movie also I did that way only, but certain portions when I asked for one more also, he was doing repeatedly because he had a trust.
Right. Now, I have to be honest with you, sir, and I'm sure a lot of viewers also will agree with this. So when they announced that you were going to be the cinematographer of the film, it came as a big surprise for me personally, because you have never worked with Vinayak sir. The working style is very different from what I understand, and how you see cinema. And so, what were your initial thoughts? Do you have to discuss a lot about with Vinayak sir about what he wanted from you, and how you can align yourself with his vision of the film?
Vinayak garu is a very practical director, and he plans very well, executes well. There are two different schools of filmmaking. He comes into the commercial mainstream group. I got adapted to him. I changed my style according to the conditions and cooperated, and I worked according to him.
So what is it that you wouldn't have done, when it came to this film?
Especially when a movie, on the day of Muhurat, we are designing the release date. So we have a very small window to complete the shooting, post-production and release. And then I saw one thing in him. He was very clear about his filmmaking.
Right.
So if I take my kind of style into him and then try to push it, then it goes here and there. We have a very good template, and he is he's got so much of clarity, and he's a nice human being. Even Garu is a nice person also to work with, and he respects technicians. So we both gelled well and shot. See, there are 10 ways to shoot a film. You can put a camera angle like this and shoot up, shot from top or put inside, or how you conceive. Certain dialogues we can just put a back shot and shoot. That will give a different kind of feel. Certain kind of directors put a trolley straight and give a dynamic look. It's a 2 or 3 different kind of schools they work. So basically I was getting completely into his groove, and then I was trying to, wherever I found it little here and there, difficulty, I was just telling to him, so let's do this, and it's happening. Like he also gave me freedom. I told you once when we shot his introduction scene of Chiranjeevi, I wanted an extreme high speed shot. A megastar coming after a long time, when the leg comes in, that dust coming. If we had shot with the normal 48 frames, that magic wouldn't have happened. So there he agreed with me. Like that, give and take was happening.
Very collaborative.
Like when we were shooting this coin fit, which people are raving about, it was a nightmare for me.
Really?
Reason is, Vinayak garu was asking me, sir, shall we do it in day? Reason, no, the fighters will get drained, even Chiranjeevi garu, it will become strenuous, and better we try to. Then considering the dates and other thing also, I told okay, fine. The entire building, I put a complete black cloth. The whole building house was covered with black cloth and shot complete fight and night effect in day. Because you have so many windows around, it's not just one interior. The house which Tarnika designed was big skylight, open to skylight was there. Complete sun will come inside, so covering that area, covering the window, and then creating illusion. Once when the power goes off, those ambient light which comes from outside, that bluish green cyan, that is the light. So to create that all became a little tough for me. That's what we both, shuffled, adjusted, and then worked in this movie.
I was actually going to ask you that fight sequence must have been a piece of cake for you, considering what you've done with that basement scene, right? But you're saying a completely different version of it.
Yeah, the difficulty was there. Another difficulty was I'm good in capturing low light. This particular fight, we had to give a little more hero elevation when it comes down to the high speed. These high speeds are not just 48 frames. It's 250 frames or 400 frames kind of high speed. So to do that slow motion, you need to pump in more light. When you pump in more light, when you see the naked eye, it look everything bright. What is no night effect will feel? Only in the camera when you see. So that calculating and getting that contrast was a bit tough.
Okay.
But somehow I was able to achieve the look and feel.
Right.
And I'm generally good in doing this heroic shots and all. Even the Rajini's are that doing that flying, those things. So Chiranjeevi also, he carries like anything. Once he enters the frame, he is somebody else.
Right.
He just sits in his chair calmly. Once he enters the frame, he knows how many inches his hand has to go, how many, because see, that is his old school discipline, old school technique. I told he's very strong in his technique. Once when I put a frame mid shot, his hands doesn't go. It correctly, we'll feel like, it's going to go. He will keep it here. That is Chiranjeevi sir.
Okay.
And which light to pick up. Those things were good. And he was very cooperative, very humble and down to earth person, I felt.
What's your favorite scene or shot in the film, and can you break it down for us? Like, how did you conceive that?
See, this coin fight was very interesting for me, a little challenging one. The scene which I liked was the 6 people, they suicide. That also was very tricky. Basically, this happens against a construction site. I mean, where the people are occupied and then they're pumping out the water. These guys go suicide and the blood mixes with that water. That is the concept. When I put the camera lit up, rain started lashing. Horrible rain.
Where did you shoot
Just
this?
Outside Hyderabad only, Chevela, nearby Chevela.
Okay.
Full of slush and we can't move the camera, that kind of toughness, and then wind was blowing, light was just, when I lit up for these people, light is traveling here and there.
Right.
It's very difficult. And we couldn't wrap up. When I said, let's just finish it off, we'll do, I had to do it. Then there also I started to put a little more creativity. The people are going to die. That field, what I told, suddenly I ordered for some halogen lights, which they use in marriage. And in the construction site, they put the pole and then halogen.
Okay.
In the night time they put. So those kind of practical lamps I put and got the light reflection in the water. Even when I put a close-up for this old man, that reflection ripples in the water creates a death person there. That's what I tried there.
Okay.
And the light quality of light also was giving that mood. I didn't want to fully light up their face. Brought the light from top, gave little shadows in the eyes. The content was highlighted.
Right.
Likewise, another favorite lighting was I tried to give the golden yellow light for him for the fight to hero elevation. That was interesting.
Right.
My style, if you see that village, first time we find the water source in the ground.
Yeah.
That was a very subdued lighting, the night effect. I lit up with a helium balloon, only one single source.
Okay.
And on practical light, I shot that. Looked very good.
Right. Enough time to create that perfect shot, right? So, especially in a film like this where you're working under
Immense pressure
and time constraints.
Yeah.
How do you take that call? Okay, this is good enough. Let's stop it here. You don't have to fine tune it and make it even better.
No, if the time was given, probably I would have made much more better. But then when you're working on this has to be shot from 9 to 6. If you do fix it, then even something goes wrong, 2 hours, something got delayed also, we need to finish in that time.
Yeah.
That is little, it takes a big toll on us, especially cinematographers.
Right.
But then I'm generally practical. I work with a scheme and try to adapt. It's basically like a 20-20 match. The ball pitches and rights, half stump, you hit it on half, otherwise no time. You hit it on leg side.
Right.
Your goal is to get a sixer. That's what I did.
Right. Do you think that you work better under pressure? Like, has it been your trait over the years?
Over the years, under pressure, I'm good. Maybe like Captain Cool. I'm kidding, he's great.
Todadarni sir, is the art director, he said, in a film like this, now that you mentioned that where the focus is on the lead character, like somebody as big a star as Chiranjeevi garu, how much freedom do you have to work things around that? Because no matter what they do what you do in the background, people are still going to focus on
entirely on
that lead character.
Yeah. I mean, Tarni garu, it was a wonderful collaboration with him because he's a master in perfection and executing. Especially this old age home did a very good work. We were discussing the color palette and how it should look. Once you say like this, he'll do double the thing. So I got a lot of help from him in that aspect.
Right.
The background is set. Then when a scene comes, automatically hero is going to be focused. But in this movie, even this movie, you can find the realistic thing in that old age home. And when we wanted a colorful set, we Ammudu Kummudu and all.
Yeah, right. I'm going to talk about that song little later,
sure.
but I was talking to Sushmita Konindala recently about styling for Chiranjeevi garu, and she said something very interesting, that both Charan and her, they didn't want Chiranjeevi garu to look too young, so everything was done accordingly to make him look trendy,
Yeah.
So was that your intention as well, like not to make him too young?
No, I wouldn't say that. The script was main thing. So within the parameters, we are trying to make him look young.
Right.
See, suddenly you can't make him like a 20 years.
Yeah. He's 62, no? Who would
62.
believe that?
But then he's looking good.
Yeah.
Made him look much more better in this movie and very young. I was concentrating on look. I wouldn't say the more younger you make, he will look good only, right? His fans will go mad. They'll love him.
Right. Now, we're going to talk about that song, Amudu,
Yeah.
Let's Go Amudu. Unbelievable energy, and I understand that even you would have felt that while shooting that song in particular.
Yes.
So what was that experience like, sir?
This was in the fag end of the movie, and I had a lot of freedom also.
Okay. Now that you finished the
thing. And if you take this movie, it happens in a village with full of these farmers. There I can't glamorize.
Yeah.
Again, old age home, I can't do much glamour. The script result does not happen in one, what do you say, one soft opera where we shown villain. It's happening in this kind of place.
Right.
So within the space, showing him younger was one issue.
Right.
Whereas when it came to Ammudu or Mimi song and all, I was trying to freak out. Though I was shooting in a faster pace, I had a scheme in mind.
Okay.
I was thinking I need to make him look nice in this song. I was challenging. I was telling Vidya and Sushmita, see, this song, sir, is going to look like that. Fans are going to go mad.
Right.
So I tried to achieve it with a lot of nice softbox and wrapping around with beautiful light, making look fine. And he dances. His energy is unbelievable. He dances. He can challenge any 20, 30-year-old kid.
True.
With what an energy.
Right.
Amazing. Chiranjeevi, hats off to Chiranjeevi, sir.
Right. The other song, Rathnavelu, also, that was in the middle of the shoot, right? Like compared to the other.
No, so song I had more freedom in songs.
Okay.
I mean, that doesn't mean I didn't have freedom in, because in scenes were like tightly packed and we need to go within with full of crowd, and I couldn't glamorize him more.
Right.
Song Rathal also, his skin tone looked very glossy and shiny in the song.
Right.
Took more care for that look.
Right.
In Rathalu.
I was talking to you after that first photo shoot came out, right?
Yeah.
And you told me that initially he had these doubts about how he's going to look on screen, because he's coming back after such a long time, and once he saw the output and he became more comfortable with it. So did your relationship with him grow gradually, or was it like an instant bond that you stuck with him?
People have been spoken about me to him maybe, but we met in Arya.
Okay.
Allu Arjun's Arya.
Right.
He called me in the interval, hugged me. He told brilliant work, he told. Then after the movie got over, Arya got over, in the end also he called Suku and me. Again he hugged and told brilliant work. What a nice visual, he told, and I appreciated the time it happened. Second time what happened, during Robo, myself, Rajni sir, Aishwarya, we came to Hyderabad for the Robo promotion.
Right.
That time he saw the trailer and he loved it. Then he came and appreciated me, told fantastic work. God willing, we will work together, he told. Even he didn't remember that.
Yeah.
We have to work, he told, and left it. This movie, when Charan approached me, he told, Sahasan, I got really kicked. But he must be having his own doubts how it will look. In fact, Vinay Garu was only telling me, sir, he needs to look, he was just trying to tune me and shoot in certain way. I just asked for a test shoot.
Okay.
Generally, I do, very well, all my movies. I did a test shoot with just from 3 or 4 Kinoflow lights and a small backdrop. Immediately after test shoot, the entire family, Charan, Sushmita,
everybody was there.
Everybody, they said, sir, dad looks 10 years younger.
Oh, okay.
Chiranjeevi Garu, from there he got the confidence. And he knows, once when you are on the set, automatically, we don't know. I mean, I don't say every shot superb and other thing. The way we put our effort and we work hard. Chiranjeevi sir, I told silent spectator, he just sits here, he observes everything, he knows whatever happening, which light man is working, who is not working, what is happening around. He is so intelligent, and he knows we are really working for the film, working for him.
Right.
After that initial test shoot, he felt very happy. Then he cooperated and he really, in fact, even when I say, sir, it's okay, I'll light up the message, no, he'll stand there, he'll pose for your lighting.
Oh, he won't let any other person.
No, that's because
Yeah.
he thought if he is there, because he comes from a old school discipline.
Yeah.
It will be much more easy for the cinematographer because to give that skin tone.
Right.
See, your skin tone different from mine.
Right.
Your reflectivity is different from my reflectivity. Your angle is different. My nose is different from yours. So once you're there in the spot, it's better. But I didn't make him to stand for every shot. I would light up, then ask him to come. Even after coming, when you go for a take, I'll say, sir, one more. I didn't get the right light on you. No, Randy, come on, cool. Go ahead, you're doing some. Come on, we'll say. That's a thing. He never even showed faces.
So what is the perfect angle for Chiranjeevi garu? No,
See, this cannot be explained when you put this camera is here. Little bit 2 inch higher for an outsider will think 2 inch only. 2 inch lower doesn't matter, but exactly on a camera what you're seeing.
Right.
Now if I'm talking straight, if I'm talking from this angle, this may be more interesting.
Okay.
That small thing only makes a difference.
Right.
If everybody says 3/4 is we can't, and especially it's a moving image. You're not shooting a still. If you're shooting a still, probably that angle only we can shoot. The camera is on a Jimmy Jeep, camera is on a dolly, you're following him. With all these things making him look fine and then concentrating on, it's an art.
Randy sir, we were talking about the songs in the film, and Kajal looks ravishing, almost on par with Chiranjeevi garu in a lot of ways, right? So what was that experience like? Because you've worked with her already in Brahmotsavam once. So tell us about that.
She's really a beautiful diva, I could say. She's gorgeous. I made her extra gorgeous. Little bit, see, working with an actor or actress, studying their face, lighting up in their best angle, that helps. So that's what I did in Brahmotsavam as this movie. Many people, Kajal's fans, started calling and says, she's looking gorgeous, fantastic. Right. In fact, Kajal called me and thanked me a lot. So it was a nice feeling actually. And she matched with Chiranjeevi sir very well. Right. That combo was very good. Right.
Now, the film's music director, Devi Sri Prasad, one of your very close friends and collaborated on a lot of songs and movies itself, right, over the years. So, you must have been quite pumped up when the music came in, and even the background score was beautifully done. Right?
Yeah. Devi is a very big asset for this film, Khaidi 150. He already worked with Chiranjeevi sir. He knows the pulse. What kind of song will make people to dance. Right. And he did a brilliant job. His songs really gave us so much of energy. In this movie, his background music, emotional or action, everything he delivered fantastic. Because when you have a reference like Katti, where Anirudh has done a brilliant work, people will immediately compare.
True.
Devi just switched it off and he gave a different kind of feel. He did justice to the movie. Right. His re-recording was brilliant. Out of the entire lot, I like the Niru Niru album very much. It gave so much of emotion, pain. Right. The pain of farmers was there because even I told you that suicide scene or the village portion, I put so much effort to shoot it. Right. Devi enhanced it 10 times with this, that Niru Niru song. And if you take Ammudu Kummudu, what happened, Devi, what's happening? I mean, I went for a recce and asked him what is happening. We're planning like this for the Ammudu Kummudu song. For the last song. He immediately sang the tune for me in phone, over the phone. The tune itself is very very kiki and very peppy. Right. I thought, Devi, this is going to be one of the biggest hits this year, I told him. Right. Mark my word, I told. It's become one of the biggest hit this year.
True. Now you're back in Telugu again. Randy sir is back in Telugu again for the next Sukumar's film, and it has Ram Charan in it. So back with Sukku again, so it's like homecoming.
Yeah. See, I actually wanted to take some more time out from this film. Generally, I commit only one film at a time. Yeah. I finish, take a small time to regenerate, prepare for the next movie. But this movie, what happened, Sukku wanted to start from October or November itself. But they waited for Chiranjeevi's movie to get released. They waited for me. Now we're going to start. So I have a very short window to prepare. But anyway, his script always inspires me. We have a very good equation. I'm going to try something different in this movie. I have a lot of freedom in this movie, right. As you know, because our collaboration. Yeah. And it's interesting to have Ram Charan as our hero.
True, we worked with him as a producer with Katti 150.
He is not only, Not just to floor Ram Charan, he's a wonderful human being and a good producer too. Whatever, see, when we went for abroad, said, no need 25, sir. Try to give free dances. You want, don't compromise.
And
That was the thing he was doing. And apart from that, see, they paid me very well. They given a good facility, everything for me. Despite this, he would come to me and say, sir, is the hotel food okay with you? Shall I send food from my house on a daily basis?
Right.
That is the love he's got, love and respect he's got. I really appreciate him, and he's a fantastic human being too. That's because I've been watching his family, his sisters, brother, the entire family is so nice and they respect people, very humble.
right.
And it's going to be a nice thing to work with him once again, not as a producer, as a hero.
Right.
We started working on his looks, Suku and me. We started discussing a lot about Ram Charan's look. I mean, that's the reason he's growing his beard. You've been seeing him in the interviews and all.
Right. Are you allowed to talk a little more on the film? Because I've been reading that it's set in a village
Yeah.
sometime in the 90s. This is what I gather from the internet. But
Yeah.
are you allowed to speak more on that?
Right now, it's not the right time to speak. But anyway, it's a period drama. It's an interesting script from Suku. It's a village background. It's a different playground for all three of us.
You've never
Suku-
done a village background?
Not really, not completely a village movie I haven't done.
Okay.
For Suku, for me, and Ram Charan. Suku hails from a village,
Yeah.
so he's got a lot of village experience. We've been talking for so many years about village, so he's trying to bring his life's experience into this movie. A lot of interesting
Okay.
feel is given to this movie.
Right.
I hope it will come out very well.
Right. Right. Have you already started the recce and all?
Yeah, recce preparation, everything started. I started my recce 1 month back.
Okay.
And now we've been discussing myself, Suku, when we get into a project, we talk a lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we arrive at something.
Right. Right. No, for last time when I met you and you told me that you just get it, whatever you want to say, right?
Yeah.
So when you have that sort of comfort level with the director, what is there left to talk or discuss?
No, that in the sense, we talk about the scene.
Okay.
Scene, what happens, conflict. Why should it be like this? Why can't it be like that?
Okay.
Okay, this is my scene. How are we going to translate into screen? What kind of visual? There are different style of filmmaking.
Right.
See, we have done certain kind of style in Nenu Kadanene or Kumari. Kumari I did a different visual. This movie, what shall we do? People expect a lot more from you. You have delivered some good result.
Right.
So this movie, what shall we do? That is what the discussion is about. And we will be able to crack it, do something different. That's where you keep growing.
Right.
So that I love in Suko.
Okay.
When you try to explore, you're automatically the bench rises.
True. Been talking about technology a lot of late, right? Cameras that you use and all. Of late, Bahubali VR experience has come up, and a lot of people are talking about it. And I believe that at least few films in Telugu will try to experiment with that in future, no?
Yeah.
Shooting stuff in
Yeah.
virtual reality.
Virtual reality.
Would you be interested in doing something like that?
Yeah, of course. It's always, it gives you a kick. Watching in a virtual reality, it gives you a separate kind of feel.
Right.
I would be interested to do so.
But it's not an easy process to pull off, right?
Not an easy process too, but you need to spend extra time for that.
Yeah, right. So what's coming up next for you, sir? Like apart from Sukumar's film, are you okay? Last time you said that you've been writing, but that directorial debut has been postponed for some time. But are there any plans to revive?
Not immediately, because already Suku is waiting for me. Now again I can't leave. I have to shoot Suku's movie, complete this movie, then take a time out for me. I don't know next again what is going to happen. I generally finish a movie and then commit another movie.
Right.
Been doing that way. So
Right. Have you had time to follow the Oscar films this time?
not really. Every year I used to follow. This time
Absolutely no
now I'm
time.
going to sit now. It's time for me to do that.
What is the last film that you watched, sir, in recent times?
Dangal I watched.
Okay.
A brilliant movie, great effort from a big hero.
Right.
Hats off to him.
Anything in particular that caught your attention in terms of cinematography? Any film, in the recent past, which really impressed you or something?
No, Dangal itself was very good in cinematography. That the mood the cinematographer set for the movie, the feel, original feel. You feel like you have gone to that place. You're living in that kind of area.
Right.
That's a nice thing. I do watch a lot of other movies also. This Don't Breathe was interesting for me.
Yeah.
Because they shot in a very shoestring budget, That's what basically the creativity and technique, if you are able to master it, you can deliver. Budget is not an issue.
Right.
That's what happened in Don't Breathe.
Right.
There's no big hero, no big villain, nobody.
Right.
Just the director, cinematographer making a good actor performance. Just it happens in one house. You get all the emotion in that film. So that's what I feel. I felt really happy watching that movie.
Perception, how do you think they would have shot it? Like, do you think it has a script as such, or is it just choreography and
No.
just trying to see?
They must have written it properly. Without proper choreography, you can't achieve within that span, tight time, and achieve that mode. Every single nuances must have been written.
Okay.
Even when the power cut happens, when this girl is totally blind, we cannot say anything. You're taking the audience to a different world. That experience was fantastic.
Right. Would you be interested in doing a remake of that? Like,
No, not remake. I would, even my kind of filmmaking will be like that, similar to that only. Even in fact, my directorial venture when I was talking about, that would be that kind of lines only.
Okay. Very intense.
Intense
very,
and engaging.
Right.
And I saw a movie called Sully. That's
Yeah.
it's a brilliant movie.
Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks.
Yeah, right.
Ayyo, my God, phenomenal performance.
Right.
And our director, he's not 80s and 80s. He's like in 30s or 40s.
Clint Eastwood. Right?
Clint Eastwood's maturity grows year by year. The way he presents the scene,
Right.
the conversation between the husband and the wife who is abroad. It's all great. No cliched scene.
Right.
Emotions are very true and nice movie.
So, when you're watching a film or even reading a script, what is it that you're looking for in the director and the script also that convinces you that you're going to be part of the project?
See, that conflict in the script is more important.
Okay.
What is it about? Where does the conflict happens? How do you solve it? That is more important in a film. And then it doesn't have to be a regular format. It could be out of the box. You try something different that will help us to deliver something else.
Right.
That will give you a push.
Right.
That's what I see. And the conflict between the characters, change in conflict in emotions, that gives you the contrast in lighting or the mood. Those things only drive you and give you a mood to create a mood.
Okay. Right. I mean, you're saying that cinematography cannot alone rescue a script which is not that great.
Cinematography only can help a scripter. Cinematography alone, just beautiful images don't serve the purpose.
Yeah. But at least in South India, we are in the business of making everything looks very pleasant. So how far do you justify what you've read there? Because you're playing to the galleries, the market. This is what it wants, and so
slowly it's changing.
Right.
I mean, maybe filmmakers like Suku and all, we are trying to do something to that level. We are trying.
Right.
I don't know if we're achieving or not. We're trying to do it in that level. Probably the industry also might change.
Right.
Previously, like 5 years back, it was different. Having a superstar like Mahesh Babu shooting in extreme low light condition, changing his makeover and doing could have not been happened. He tried something different and happened. So it's an evolution. It will happen. But South India is pretty slow in accepting this.
Right.
See, in Dangal climax, no South hero would have accepted that.
Yeah.
He's been locked in a room, and he's an ex-wrestler. He could have easily broken the door, come, showed his heroism.
Right.
Nothing happened. Okay, if the actor says no, I'm not going to break the door. Probably there's a glass or something would have hit and broken. Blood must be bleeding, and the emotion he would have given. Amir didn't do anything. He was just a silent spectator.
Right.
That is something great about Amir.
Yeah, right. Any particular actor or director that you're hoping to work with in your future?
Not really.
Nothing. No. You just take one project at a time.
One project at a time.
Right. Are you reading anything these days? Are you big into literature and books?
No time for anything. I told you I was working on a very short time. I was able, Khaidi was happening. So no time to breathe also. Now the film released this new year and is given a big success. Wherever I'm walking, people are talking about it and appreciating me, especially public. I'm not talking about the just the
Fans
upper class, even the
yeah.
lower class, even in a coffee shop or in the roadside,
Right.
or even a sweeper, they're talking about the visuals and about what's written.
Right.
That really makes you happy, because in a short span of time you put so much effort and that's been appreciated. No,
Right, sir.
that's a nice thing.
Right. Thank you so much for joining us, sir.
Thanks, Hemant.
It's a great pleasure to
Same
talk
here.
to you again. So I hope we see you more often in Telugu now.
Of course.
Yeah. with
They're not
Sukumaran.
leaving me. I'm going to become. I become a second home is here.
True, sir. True. Thanks, sir. Thank you
Thank
once
you.
again. Yeah, sure.
Hi, I'm Rathnavelu, cinematographer. Watch me on iDream Media.